Let's do it. The Bowser coming out from Chuck Nasty as we square off into the first game of Smash for Wii U's Top 8 here on Championship Sunday. PG ESAM repping that Pikachu that he is known and loved for throughout the world against Chuck Nasty, a name that not many people know, but maybe this Bowser will give reason for us to give him some love as well.
I mean, Chuck Nasty is used to the big bodies, right? With Charizard, maybe it only seems reasonable that he would go for a big body just like Bowser. Now, granted, Bowser does have some fun tilts and has some interesting ways that he can use Whirling Fortress out of shield. Of course, that being his up B. Now, let's see how he deals with the feisty, the quick attacks that come from ESAM. He's been working on his slight angles, trying to see if he can update them. He has them when it comes to recovery. He's trying to use them when it comes to neutral.
And this is a really comfortable matchup for ESAM overall. His brother Nick Riddle dabbling in Charizard. He himself actually playing a bit of Charizard. So ESAM knows what to do in this matchup. He knows how to abuse Charizard. The big thing, though, is if he can just keep the pressure on and not get on tilt at all. Charizard, especially at this kind of a percent, one grab and that could very well end the stock. And there's the grab. There's, oh, I misspoke. A near miss there, preventing Chuck Nasty from actually being able to close things out.
There's the down tilt. That's a great idea, too, especially at that angle. Catches the two frames as ESAM's getting back onto the stage. Down tilt, not able to catch him with that tech chase. We're now getting to that 100% mark where we could see that untackable. Wow, great job catching him with the Thunder. Great finish of that stock. ESAM's going to try to see if he can play coy here. Try not to take any percentage that he doesn't need to. Rage, when it comes to some of these bigger bodies, is particularly threatening.
Yeah, it's definitely the comeback factor. Whenever we were commentating for Honor, we talked about revenge. Oh
my God,
I felt like I saw the revenge meter pop up, right? He glowed yellow for a second, didn't he? Back into the game itself, ESAM starting to try to start up the pressure and force Chuck off stage. Look at this.
Oh no, he got caught with the spike. That's going to do it. He dropped off. He tried to see if he could play coy, put a little bit of those hitboxes out there and edge guard against ESAM, but quickly we saw why you don't do that against Pikachu. That Thunder is a spike, and especially with a character like Bowser, when you do not have a very strong vertical recovery, that is curtains, my friend.
So pretty close game at first, right? We saw ESAM take the initial stock. We saw Chuck with the retort, courtesy of that quick tilt that you touched on. And now, on Chuck, he does have an arsenal of characters available. Of course, we touched and alluded to the Charizard, that is his main stage character. But in addition to that, right, I remember speaking with him and he mentioned Tales of this Meta Knight. I don't know if we're going to see the Meta Knight. I know that it can sometimes be really effective against ESAM, sometimes not. But it just depends. It really depends on what Chuck's feeling. It's a variety, right? It's the deep pockets he has. The options, Nebs. The options.
It feels like he picked up a couple tricks from zero. Looks like he just got on a quick call, got some quick coaching, called his homeboys like, hey, how do I do this matchup? All right, guys. All right, we're going into it. Game number 2. We're going to get the Bowser again, a second time here. Sticking to his guns, and Chuck is going to see maybe if he learns something, he can adapt and deal with ESAM.
I think that a big factor here is simply not getting frustrated, and that really applies to both players. For ESAM, I think if he just plays the slow, steady game to some extent, he's going to be able to win out over Chuck consistently in the neutral game. And for Chuck, he just can't be on tilt because of that, right? He needs to know that in this matchup, he's going to take a lot of hits like this. A lot of hits!
No, it's good, it's good, it's good. The reason why big body comes from Bowser, but the percentage, the massive amount of damage that he put on there.
Yeah, and that's the other side of that coin, right? Yeah, you're going to lose the early game pretty hard, but in the mid and late, that's when you make the comeback happen. You have this range on board, and now you have a comeback factor, courtesy of that grab into the up air. F-Smash connects from ESAM, not quite enough to close the stock out yet.
Big punish, though. He drops down with that back air. Wants to put out a nice, active hitbox there. Great job getting closer to the stage. He's still going to have a little bit of verticality here. Yes! Smash4 pretty forgiving when it comes to its snap boxes. And now ESAM, though, making good use and trying to see if he can cut off options for Chuck Nasty to get back on.
Yeah, no options really to survive there. ESAM just so good with his conversions. We're seeing him consistently forcing Chuck off stage, not giving him any real room to maneuver or really take any sort of advantage. It feels like Chuck is constantly in a disadvantageous state, Neptune.
Let's definitely not cut Chuck out, because last time he had an early stock loss by that, oh my goodness, by the offstage game. This time, he knows a lot more. He's not going to put himself in that position. Great finish to that stock.
And maybe even a DI mix-up of sorts as well. There's a chance ESAM perhaps DIing away, trying to get as far away from the up air as possible. And Chuck just turns around, gets the back air on him, goes ahead and takes the stock.
Chuck's been using a lot more air dodges this time around to avoid some of these aerials that were premature coming out from ESAM. This time, maybe we'll start to see the adaptation from ESAM. Tries to wait before putting out those aerials, tries to delay a little bit. Good job using the quick attack across the shield. It's pretty smart, especially with the increase of hit stun that you have, where you dash across and then quickly go into the ground and then make sure you're landed on the ground and you have some distance between you and your target, especially with someone as slow of a run speed as Bowser.
Chuck not wanting to pull the trigger on the up air yet. He wants it to be as fresh as possible. But ESAM getting the thunder, not able to get the stock, but still dropping down with the forward air. Can Chuck make it back? Recovers early that time, bit of a mix-up, but not enough. ESAM takes just a slight hit of the Whirling Fortress and takes it 2-0 over Chuck Nasty.
It really does pay dividends if you just take that extra second and wait, and then make sure you get that secure